If you've decided to buy a new MPV, let's say a 6-seater or a 7-seater, and if you've also decided to go electric, there is a new option. Now this one is called the Vinfast MPV 7. It's the third car from Vinfast for the Indian market, and it will be launched in India this very month. Now going up against the rivals, this one will go up against the Kia Clavis EV, the Mahindra XCV 9S, and also the BYD E-Max 7. Now we are here in Vietnam to test drive this car. Of course, there will be differences between the Vietnamese spec and the India spec, but we'll tell you most of the things that you should expect if you're looking to buy an MPV and an electric car. Now let's talk about the way the MPV 7 looks and what are the dimensions. Firstly, the front profile, it's very much similar to what the VF6 and VF7 looks because it gets a very familiar family face with the VinFast logo at the front, and you get these V flowing DRLs, and that's the same case with also the rear profile. Now lower half of the bumper you get these blacked out elements, and also the headlamps here, they are LEDs and they are mounted lower down on the bumper. Now towards the side, it's of course longer, wider, and has about 40 to 60 more wheelbase than the Kia Clavis EV. The wheels here, they are 19-inch in size, and these are alloy wheels. You get these black alloy wheels out from the factory. Now it remains to be seen whether VinFast will prefer the 19-inch wheels for the India spec, or they will go for a relatively smaller size. You get the charging flap here on the fender, ORVM gets turn indicators, and there's also a 360-degree camera setup. Now this one is painted in Nardo grey. You also get multiple color options such as a copperish color and also a black color. Now moving towards the rear profile, overall the MPV is much more longer. So let us know, what do you think? Does it look very plain for your liking, or it's actually something which looks very neat and practical? Now out at the rear, you get a very straight and neat looking profile. These connected tail lamps are inside a black casing that gives a very neat look. You also get a tailgate. Now this is a manual tailgate, you do not get an electric folding one, and this is how the boot space looks if you fold down the third row. It's nearly flat but not very flat, and these seats now can actually be pulled up. So let me show you what space you get once these third row seats are up. Now these third row seats are also adjustable, so you can have it upright or you can actually even recline them. Now the space here is good enough for small and soft luggage, and here you also get additional space, but sadly no spare wheel. Now when you close this tailgate, you also see this slightly protruding rear profile, a shark fin antenna, and overall the design looks very neat, minimalistic, and something which I really liked. Now let's take a quick look at what the interior is like. Now here in Vietnam, you can get the MPV 7 in two interior themes. One is the brown color and second one is this. This is a fully black interior theme, and in fact it looks slightly plain and dull because if you've got dual colors, it adds a slight premium look and feel to the interior. But this is what you get with the MPV 7. Now this is the steering wheel. We are very much familiar with this steering wheel, and the left side stalk here has multiple functions. The headlamps, the wipers, and also the indicators can be operated using this single stalk. Now this particular stalk is how you actually select the different drive modes, and on the steering wheel you get controls for the infotainment system, and these buttons here operate the cruise control. Now let's talk about the overall space here. You get place to keep your phone. This does not support wireless charging. Then you have got space to keep two cup holders, some more storage here, and you also get an armrest. Now once you open the armrest, it reveals storage. Now this is quite deep and sadly does not have any charging option, just space. Now the seats here, they are wrapped in black leatherette upholstery, and overall these seats are quite comfortable. You get side support here. These adjustable headrests are also quite comfortable, a bit too firm in their cushioning, but yes, they are comfortable. The driver's seat here is manually adjustable, and you do not get height adjust for the passenger seats. They can only be reclined for the backrest and 4.5 for the seat. Now in terms of features, you get this a 10.1-inch infotainment system. You don't have any instrument cluster or even a heads-up display, and most of the features of the car can be operated using this particular screen. The AC, the audio, the vehicle data, and even a small calendar and time, everything can be operated using this single screen. Now, most storage options include a space here. You get two charging ports, type A and type C, and you also get a decent sized glove box here. Now, one thing that you'll be more interested in is how the space is in the second row and even in the third row. So let's go quickly check that out. Now, in the second row, you get bench type seats. Now, this is only offered as a 7-seater car. So no captain seats here, only a bench type seat. And you also get a very flat floor. So space should not be a problem with this particular car. And this also has a 60-40 split. So once I fold this one, it actually tumbles and gives you access to the third row. Now, when you fold this down, you also have adjustable backrest. Now, this is the most upright setting, and you can also recline it to have a much more comfortable position. Now, once in, the overall space is good. Now, I am 5'5". This seat is set according to my driving position, and I've got good amount of leg room, decent under thigh support. But if I stretch my legs under the seat, I do have support for my thighs. Now, this could also be because these are 60-40 splits. You do not get any armrest here or any additional storage here. But yes, you have good amount of room. Headroom is decent for my height. And if I check the shoulder room, now this could be good for seating 2 passengers. But you have full-size adults and want to sit 3 here. That will be slightly tight, but will still be very much doable. Now, there is storage here in the door pads. You get power windows for all the windows, and these also come with anti-pinch technology. Now, there are AC vents here, again type A and type C charging ports. Now, talking about some features that we expected but you do not get with the MPV 7, the first thing here is this roof. You do not get any type of sunroof. Also, no physical buttons here for the air condition, and also no proper instrument cluster or even a heads-up display. Even the second row here, they do not get any window blinds. So these are some features that the rivals offer, but the MPV 7 misses out on. Now, we understand that it doesn't have any instrument cluster because that is what Vinfast does with most of their models. But in terms of features, we expected a few more features to make the interior feel much more upmarket and premium. Now, once you tumble these second row seats, the access to the third row is very convenient. So once you are up here, let's close the door. Now, these are the seats. These are split seats, and again, as we have said before, these also get an option to recline the backrest. Now, let's fold up this particular seat. Now, this is the most upright position of the second row. Let's recline it more. Okay. Now, the third row has a seating which is slightly higher than the second row. So if I have my foot in this way, I have genuinely no under thigh support, and even the leg room is slightly tight. But if I tuck my feet under the second row, I get slightly better under thigh support. But overall, the height of the second row is slightly high. So that's something which doesn't give you a very good look outside. Now you get a rear quarter glass, so there is visibility. In terms of practicality, you get cup holders on both the sides. There are AC vents on both the sides, and you also get a button here to control the blower speed. Now, when the MPV 7 comes to India, it will be equipped with a 60.1 kilowatt-hour battery pack. The VF6 gets 59, and the VF7 gets a 59 and 70 kilowatt-hour. So this will be a new battery pack option, which is a 60.1. In terms of power output, this one will produce roughly around 150 bhp to 280 Newton meters of peak torque, and Vinfast also claims that this can do a MIDC range of 500 plus kilometers. Now, this is yet to be tested by ARAI, but we will also be doing our rigorous range test to find out the actual range in real world conditions. Now, when the Vinfast MPV 7 will be launched in this month, we expect it to be priced between 19 lakh rupees to 24 lakh rupees ex-showroom, and that makes it fall exactly in the segment where the Mahindra and the Kia are. Again, it will be slotted somewhere between the VF6 and the VF7. in the Vinfast profile. But overall, we feel that this one will be a much more value proposition if you are looking for a car that can seat 7, give a good range and also be practical at the same time. Now, Vinfast is relatively new in India and the rivals that it competes with, they are quite established and strong. Now, would you put your money down on an MPV that's electric, that's from Vietnam and is relatively new in the Indian market? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and what should Vinfast do to make this car a successful car in India?